Alrighty guys, welcome. One and all, welcome to this Friday. Happy Friday. Been a really good week. Really been a very good week. Really good bounce back. So, hope we're all doing well and let's get this show on the road, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and as always, very good evening. Ladies and gents, wherever you are around this world, most of you are in England or someone's in Germany, I know that. Maybe one or two in Oz. That's about it. Not many on stream. All good. You guys know what to do. Smash the like button. Do say g'day. Let the others know we are here. Once again, I need you guys to be a little bit more or less shy. Engage a little bit more in the chat so we can get other viewers onto the stream. So YouTube recognizes my content as interesting content. Otherwise, it thinks it's boring content if no one's chatting away in the chat. So we've been doing well, guys. Been doing really well. Yesterday we caught a few good trades. Caught one trade at the end, which was a tough one to get involved, but secured the profit, which was good. And yeah, so we'll see what we've got moving forward today. Let's quickly look at the news, see if there is anything in way of news. So today's Friday. We've got retail sales shortly for the pound. So yeah, I don't think it's had much of an impact of late. That's that data release, but we'll see. We'll need to be wary of it nonetheless. So be waiting to see what happens off the back of that. So in the meantime, without further ado, I'll answer all your questions shortly in the chat. So do post them. If you have any charts as well, feel free to send those in. And if you'd like me to look at it, any pair in particular, I'm the only streamer that does it. I'm the only one that doesn't tell you to bugger off without seeing a chart in. Just tell me what pair and I will get to it in due time. So without further ado, guys, let's get cracking and let's look at the currency pair that is Great British Pound JPY, and start the weekly time frame. We are forming a very strong bullish candle. So off the back of that, I'm more likely going to be looking for my options to buy it today, but we'll see if we've got any other catalysts to suggest otherwise. So strong bullish candle on the weekly, well above the previous weekly candle's high. So we'll see what levels we've got in order to pull back and form a support at, and obviously let's mark in the current weekly candle's high to see what we've got above it. So that current weekly candle's high is that previous daily candle high. Above that level there, you can see we've got some weekly clean traffic to the left on the daily time frame. Doesn't mean we've got more minor time frames. We closed above a resistance here yesterday, or closed above the bodies well into the resistance itself. Begin to break the current daily candle's high, there's a high probability we could continue to the upside, so we'll mark that in. Also marking a low, and we're going to see if there is some sort of catalyst to suggest that we could pull back further. Onto the 4 hour. So we are bearish in structure, but with counter probabilities to the upside. The 4 hour structure, you can see it is technically bullish, currently in a bit of a pullback phase. Struggling at this previous resistance to the left though. So marking a support once we go down to the M30. As far as resistance, it's not very clean to the left hand side. It's quite evident when I looked at it before on the M30 when I sent in some analysis to the members group. Running into some pretty choppy traffic here to the left hand side, but anyway, we'll see what we've got on the M30 time frame. So we are technically bullish on the 4 hour now. All right, 30 minutes technically bullish as well. So therefore the bias today on GJ is bullish. We've got 3 time frames to the upside, and the only time frame that's not to the upside as far as structure is the daily. But we have the counter probabilities back off the back of that previous daily candle, closing very strong bullish candle, slowed to the upside. So based off that, I would prefer to look for the buy options being a Friday. Now, just consolidating, obviously we've got the news to come shortly, so maybe off the back of that, there's very little direction. Look, it's tempting to take sales below that point there. I'd rather look for my buys. I'd rather just been a quality week. I'm not gonna blow it by going against my rules on a Friday. So for me, what I'm looking for is either at this point buys above current support at 188.870. If we do in fact pop below, only to reject, give me my signal within price action, perhaps a liquidity candle I may look for an early buy at that point there. So buys above this point, and obviously buys from lower down. Now the catalyst for me for the seller, so marking that resistance. As far as further buy options, it needs to create a clean impulse to cut through that mess to look for the buys. Look, if we do reject that resistance, seeing it is a resistance form within the current daily candle, if we do pull back up to it only to reject, I may just consider a sell from higher. I'd rather sell from higher up when there's more margin. Or the other option to sell it is once the structure flips back bearish. So once the 30-minute closes below that point there, that point I'm going to be looking for a potential sell. We've got some relatively clean traffic to the left as well. So that would be my cue and my catalyst to look for a potential sell upon a deeper pullback. So that is a GJ, guys. Hopefully that makes sense. Make sure to smash that like button. It did, and even if it didn't, smash that like button and let me know what didn't make sense if it didn't. All right, so let's move on to gold. Let's quickly look at gold before the news release for the pound. So we've got the weekly candle, bullish candle up near its high now. We have a high, low, higher, high, pulling back up towards the all-time high yet again. The daily about to break the high. Have we already? I think we've just broken a high by the looks of it. Yes, we have just broken a high yesterday's candle, so we do have a higher high, higher low. Let's mark in all over the current daily candle and see if we've got any catalyst to sell it. Seeing it is at what is evidently a strong level nearing those all-time highs. The 4-hour bullish in structure, breaking above some resistance, but we're running into this wick, which was obviously the all-time high. Let's mark in support at the current daily candle's low, so that is a 4-hour support. As far as resistance, we're going to adjust this, so don't stress it. It's a big zone, but we're at the resistance just now. Not going to bother with the support to the downside just yet. We're a fair way off it. All right, so that is the resistance now we are currently trading within, guys. For me right now, what I would prefer to do is look, could almost be in a buy right now, but it's risky because you're buying it into resistance, you're buying it into that all-time high. For me, what I prefer to see in a situation when we're traveling into resistance is we move, pull back, play within clean candles, form support, and then buy it. Much more probable that point there. Otherwise, buys above the high upon continuation. We do pull up to create a new all-time high, a clean, fresh air to the left. So I would definitely be considering that option there. Now, gold is bullish across the board. I actually know 30 minutes still bearish. To look based off that, I would say I don't think we're gonna have the margin below this most recent support that we're about to confirm in the next minute and a bit. That's a 15-minute zone. Yeah, I would say sells below 25.91 flat roughly. We begin to reject that zone, the 4-hour resistance we're currently at. Start to pop below the 30-minute/15-minute support. Got clean traffic to the left. At that point, there's a high probability we will come back down towards that 25.86 sort of region. So we'd definitely be keen on the sells. Now, if we do pull back to form a support above that level, I could also look for a potential buy. Again, just depends on what sort of catalyst I have and if I do have the margin to do so. Let's just quickly mark in the margin just here. Is there any? No, there's not even 10 pips. So at this rate, I'm likely going to be looking for the sells below 25.91 and buys from either just above that or lower down upon a pullback to 25.86 roughly. We do form a support above it. So to me, guys, it's all about determining my levels, because I know when I do so, they are often very, very accurate. Price reacts to these levels quite well, pretty much 90% plus of the time. So it's as simple as that. It's as simple as making sure I've got my levels marked in, my zones marked in, and then all I do is await a catalyst. So I know my catalyst, I have plenty of different ones. I know depending how we approach and things like that as to what sort of catalyst to look for. And that is very simply what I do. It's really not that hard, guys. It's really not that hard. So the sells below that point there, as well. The micro trend be flipping back bearish in line with the actual 30-minute structure itself. That is how I trade. So right now we're into resistance. If you want to take a buy, it would make a bit of sense. I don't blame you. I'm not going to buy it into the resistance. And yeah, it's been a Friday, so I'm just going to chill. That is gold. Guys, more of you, please. Let me know. What do you think of the analysis? Say g'day, ask questions. Let's get this chat rocking and rolling. The Gbpcad has just pumped. And look at that, the weekly is on steroids at the moment. This thing has moved over 220 pips, quite a big move. So again, based off the weekly itself, and I highly doubt there's going to be any sort of catalyst to sell it even on the 30-minute. Likely going to be looking for the buy options on Gbpcad. Daily has a higher high, higher low as well. Structure is definitely bullish. The left-hand side, I don't have the data on the 4 hour, but breaking a level here to the left-hand side just now. It does look good to continue to the upside. 4 hour, once again, I can't zoom back that far. I don't have TradingView Pro. TradingView stitched me up last time. Paid for a month, cancelled it, and then they just cancelled the thing straight away. Anyway, so 4 hour. That is the support. We're far off it. We're marking a level that we could potentially pull back on a 30 minutes. So we're definitely bullish on a 4 hour, definitely bullish on the M30. All right. Very, very simple. Where 30-minute structural flip bearish is, say this point here. As long as we remain above it, I'd only be interested in buys. Again, it's a last day of the week. It's in a roaring uptrend. That is the only point I would consider the sells once we close below that level, 180 flat, basically. Flipping the 30-minute structure bullish, otherwise, bearish, sorry. Otherwise, I'm going to just simply wait for a pullback or support to form with potential buy options. You got a level, obviously, where you'll retest the structure around that 180 flat, buys above. We got another minor support formed on the way up at 180.20 roughly, just above that, buys above on the pullback, and that's pretty much it for Gbpcad. It's just gotta let it do its thing. It's pumping. So looking forward to trading this thing a bit again. Does move a fair bit of volume. So as for now, the focus will be gold. I think it'll be gold. GJ is just not doing much. We had the news, by the way. What happened? All right, came out positive. The main news anyway. Has the power done much? Not really. See, from my memory, retail sales doesn't, although even though it's a red folder news event, it doesn't tend to have much of an impact. So it has moved GU a bit and Gbcad, but GJ not really much at all. So members, I will send you a link just now. By the way, members, I'm still waiting for someone to post in those new sections. I want to make sure it's working. I want to be sure you guys can actually post your charts and that in there. All right, the link's been sent. How many times I've said it, guys? Members, post your trades, your wins and losses in the relevant sections, not in the VI, not in the main chat. All right, YouTube, more of you. Say g'day, smash the like button. Colin, g'day to you. Franco, as always, brother. Edwin, advice for trying to pass a funded account. Stick to some very strict rules. Have a set amount that you're willing to risk per trade per day. With a funded account, obviously you got parameters that must be met, so you cannot exceed on, I think for the most part, it's 4 or 5% daily drawdown. I would not risk more than about, personally, I probably wouldn't risk more than 3%. So you might want to divide that over 3 trades, or you might want to divide it over 2 trades. and just stick with that. Be patient with it. There is no time constraints as I'm aware anymore of any of them, so just be really patient with it. Stick to quality, don't get FOMO. There's always going to be another day to find a trade. So that is some very simple advice to follow, and I think that is probably the best way to go about it. Thank you for your question, by the way. Paulius, good morning to you. Luke, good day to you. Bartman, give a like, that'd be fantastic. Mr. Phil, good morning. How's it going? All good, mate. Steve, good morning, brother. Hope you're well. Left morning. So some of you might be in a gold trade. Very well, very well done if you are. Edwin, all good, mate, all good. We took some gold buys during NY. Great, well, was at NY Open yesterday. Was here. Right there at the back of that catalyst, which was basically an engulfing candle. I was taking out break even yet again. I had just over 6-7 pips on the table, I think it was. Came down, popped back up to around 12 pips, I think, in the end. But it eventually melted, so I think it was pretty good, pretty well managed, to be honest, with that sort of that volatility from NY, the open candle. Carl, typical went to make coffee and gold moves. Yeah, it happens. It happens. It's all good. It made sense. I said it did make sense, but it's at resistance. I've had a really good week, so I'm gonna be really strict and wait. I don't get the FOMO, the good old FOMO. See markets made some updates, important update. Margin requirements. All right, that'll be interesting. Wonder what they've got installed this time. Yeah, coffee is pretty important, mate. I've got mine ready. Bloody happy it's been raining all day, because otherwise it'd be a sweat box in here again today. So I've got the window open, fan on, and it's actually quite pleasant in here today without the aircon. All right, guys, I want to do a giveaway. I really do, but I need more likes. 26 of you on here. Not enough likes. Be simple. What you guys need to do for me. Drift more into you, mate. What browser are you guys using? Me, I use Brave browser. Told you, yeah, you know that. I told you the other day. Good old Brave. Removes the ads, you get rewards. Although got a million Brave wallets, and they've probably all got like maybe 10 tokens or something from accumulated from all the use of the browser. Luke, Thank you, I appreciate it. You could, yep, be much appreciated. You could smash the likes. Is there anything moving forward into MY session? Well, Bank of Japan press conference, all right. When's that? Tentative, it may have already happened. Not sure. Is it saying here? Bank, yep, 3 hours ago, by the looks of it. Statement on monetary policy. Monetary policy meetings held today. The policy board of the Bank of Japan decided unanimous vote set the following guideline for money market operations for the intermittent period. The bank will encourage the uncollateralized overnight call rates to remain at, okay. So it's unchanged. Doesn't appear to have had much of an impact on the end, by the looks of it. It's just been consulting for the most part. That was probably it, just there actually. Actually, no. No, actually, it could have been, yeah. I'm trying to tile my tabs in grid view and can't do that on Brave. Drift? Oh, okay. You sure you can't do it, can you? No, you can't. You can definitely do it on Google Chrome, can't you? I'm pretty sure you can.
It sound right, boys.
In Chrome and Vivaldi? Oh, okay. Bitcoin's continuing on the way out. That's some pretty heavy resistance though. Nasdaq as well. Oops, still on the way up. This is chart from yesterday. Still pretty relevant.
It sound right, boys.
Sketchmas, happy Friday to you, mate. Hope all is well. Welcome, welcome. What's on the agenda this weekend, guys? I'll be on Sunday. I'll be on with the members for a webinar where I go over the weekend update. We analyze GJ and gold. We may even chuck in Gbpcad. We have time now. And then we roll into a bit of a sim session, which usually we try to find about 4 trades. It goes for about 45 minutes to an hour and 15 usually. That's pretty much every Sunday. It's a good way to level up. We see certain things play out regularly. It gives us confidence. It's made me look at 1 or 2 patterns a little bit differently too. Back of the back testing the sim session. Sheriff going to be checking out a Bitcoin mining rig this week. Oh, really? Interesting. Have you seen those ones you can carry around on the back of your bag or in a backpack? Luke, not much. Heading to Bali in 2 weeks, so getting some. Oh, mate. Yeah, I've never actually been to Bali. Probably the only Aussie that's never been to Bali. What is it? About 6-hour flight from Melbourne? 5-6 hours or something. pretty much just all over, flying over Australia for about 5 hours of it. Hopefully the weather is better than what it is here. Supposed to be a bit of a tropical front, so it's supposed to, for 3 days straight, it's supposed to rain. Not stopped all day. Six hours. We're over time, but mate's winning. That will be awesome. Nice one. Michelle, good day to you. Good morning, mate. Or good afternoon. I saw a TikTok vid where a group of were traveling by car and had driven 16 hours and were still in Queensland. Could you have driven through 5 countries at the same time? Yeah, that's Australia, mate. Must have been from like the very top of Queensland though. First I've driven in Australia, but we stopped for overnight a couple of times along the way. It was probably 2/3 of the way up the east coast, and that was about 20 hours roughly. I'd say probably a little bit more, but yeah, that's Oz for you. Big country. To get from Melbourne to next major city, if it's Sydney or Adelaide, you're looking at 8-9 hour drive. I do remember that in Europe, being on a bus and within a few hours you're in another country. Right, good afternoon to you, mate. It's September. Do you see? I win it every year, mate. My mom haven't won it for how many years now? 29 years. Did it can take you through Europe? It was unreal. Yeah, getting off on and off a bus. Yeah, to be honest, I'd probably go, I think, just a group of mates and travel around. The thing is, those sort of tours, all you do is just get shit-faced and you're hungover of a day. We do a little tour, but it was okay. You meet a few cool people, but that's about it. You're too hungover and tired to worry about looking at some statues and ancient shit, to be honest. What are you up to today? So Franco had a chart in the members group. Okay, it's broken above that resistance. Yeah, it's just shot up, didn't it? Into very clean chunk to the left. Even the 4 hour still, based off that, I mean 30 I probably can't go back that far, but 4 hour does look squeaky clean, so I'm assuming the 30 will probably be likewise. Yeah. So a little pause maybe, and then you can look to get involved, or obviously pull back. Brad Dimitri drinks deals. Yes. Every day they get you absolutely shit-faced. It's a good one-off experience, but I wouldn't do it again. To be honest, I prefer to do my own thing. Oh, buy or sell right now? I'm doing nothing, I'm waiting. JJ's a mess. That is just continuing on its way up. How's the week been, guys? Let me know. We in the blue or in the red? How's it been? For me, it's 3 wins, 3 break evens, so it's been pretty good. Haven't taken a loss, been very strict with trade management, and I'm pretty sure all 3 trades, well, 2 of them I think would have taken the adjusted, because I always adjust my stop loss when I'm in a trade. I start managing it. 2 of them would have taken the adjusted stop loss out, I'm pretty sure. And the other one would have gone into significant drawdown, but eventually would have worked. So that's been my week. It's been a good week. No losses. How about you guys? Positive or negative week? Good, nice one. Oh, nice one. Franco, nice one. These guys. Maybe slightly negative, or it could be worse than, obviously. Slightly negative. Sounds like you may have managed your trades quite well. Was there anything that you may have done that perhaps you shouldn't have done, or were you sticking to your rules and just didn't go your way? And if that's the case, then that's just part of it. Gold still. Alright, we'll keep it on gold then. Well done for being honest, by the way. It's like your rules just didn't play out. Yeah, that happens. Right, 2% up on the phone challenge. Good one. All right, let's see if gold pops up to the high in the next 3 and a bit minutes. Vishal, send a JJ chart. Yeah. Which section? Send that into the members analysis section next time. You guys, VIP charts, unless it's a question in relation to something on the chart, send analysis of that into the relevant sections. So the analysis for prior to trades, members analysis section, the results in the accountability section, the winning trade and losing trade section, please. I doubt detail mentioned the peak. Your thoughts? Oh, okay. Well, that's a question, so fair enough. I'd like to know if buys are valid if the current candle would have closed above and next candle giving it long wick, breaking a high target. Let me have a look at it on my chart. Yeah, I wouldn't be touching that. It's just not clean up. You got the 15-minute resistance as well, that wick, which would be off-putting to me. Seeing how this is rejecting as well right now. So for me, I'd rather just avoid this range to the upside right now, unless it pulls back to the low and we can look for the buys from right near the low. If it does, for instance, pop down only to reject and close back above. But yeah, otherwise I'd just be a little bit concerned it could reject. Shit, oh. All right, it's gonna be stop loss is gonna be the main issue here. Ali's closing a very strong bullish candle. Current candle's high. Still pushing, wow. Definitely needs a lower wick. It needs a significant lower wick to trust this stop loss. Now, so any limit orders. Get the 5 minute. It needs a lower wick, guys. It definitely needs a lower wick. And I wanted to pull back a little bit further. And I might even set a buy stop above the high. So the high is, so I'll be looking around that 95, 25, 99, 95 sort of region. Stop loss below that swing point. So that's what I'm currently looking at. Yeah, it's going to be a small entry for me on Friday. Makes sense. I got a valid confirmation on the 5 minute time frame. So that's what it's based off. Now the early option for me would be a pullback to on a limit order to 25.97.95 roughly. Let's see, I'm still not trading. Gbpcad's still pumping as is GU. So off the back of the news, it did move, just GJ. Bit of strength in the yen at the moment, by the looks of it. Still not in. Well, in now. Just gonna adjust the stop loss to a little bit below the entry candle. Should have taken it before. All right. This is the base lot for 5 minutes. It's a small entry. Wow, looks like it's gonna take me out very quickly. Huh? That was great. Wow. Well, probably serves me right buying at the high. Anyway, just a small trade. Shit. Lucky I managed it quickly. No good, no good. Apologies, guys. So I had a little entry based off a 5-minute play. Worked yesterday. Did not work today. Did not work at all. That was real strong rejection. All right. Here's what it is. So at least I mitigated the risk by a lot. And just so happened to be I was in a little bit too late. Would have triggered in the limit order, not. Yeah, oh well. Glad to take a loss. First loss of the week. Doesn't feel great on a Friday. But it is what it is. 2600, yeah, it's tapped into it again. Right on it. And look at JJ, wow. Yeah, probably needs a pause, guys. Probably needs at least a 15-minute pause. And that's what I mean, members mentioned what I mentioned about that little 5-minute. This is when it's probably valid the most, but still it's very risky entry. But all good. At least it didn't take long. That's a positive. All right, GJ still pumping. Yeah, Joe was off a different strategy, completely different strategy. And that was the catalyst, the wrong move on that 30 and the hourly, the way the hourly was moving. I'll normally take same, but hit me. Yeah, that's true. It has tapped into a target, so my bad. It's all good, guys. You're allowed to take losses. We all take losses. Learned that, yeah. Should have. That's something I forgot. Oh well. True though, because it can reject. Dog, good morning to you. Welcome, welcome. Updated the record. Still not a bad record. All happens best of us. Best thing is your live showing losses, wins, and no matter what we learn, that's it. There's no hiding it. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone will make a mistake. Not the best trade, and probably rightfully so, got wrecked. But I'm responsible. I'm very responsible. It was a very small entry on a Friday. I never ever go balls deep on a Friday. Just, it's not worth it. I've learnt my lesson. I learnt the hard way. I've mentioned it before where I lost 10% in one day on a Friday. I'm never ever having that happen again. So for me on that part, 0.35%, so it's nothing. I'd still be up, well, probably just over 2% for the week, I think it is. Around right on it, basically. Spot FOMO? No, not FOMO. It was an actual entry. I did have a valid entry. It's definitely not FOMO. But I did forget target. The entry was target. That's something I did forget. Completely forgot. And it happens. Totally happens. That's why a lot of people have checklists. I've mentioned it to a few guys. Have a checklist beside you when you're trading, so you can tick all the boxes. Usually, I'm really good with that. Usually, I never forget. I always check these things off. But it's definitely not FOMO. I don't get FOMO. Not Friday, but funny day. Can happen on, yeah. Can limit because it pulled up to create an upward wick. It flipped prior to it dropping again. And a limit order would work if anyone did take it. You got well into profit. Yeah, it's definitely bullish. Yeah, it was probably my worst trade on stream, to be honest. The one that quickest was in and was out in like 20 seconds. Stop losses hit. Adjusted stop loss, mind you. Had I left the full stop loss, it'd still be in. But again, it's just the way I manage it. I'm accepting of that. I manage my trades in a profit. I manage it in a drawdown as well. So I mean, I've got another valid entry based on 5, but I'm not jumping back in. I'm not going to take it now. So if you, again, it's the exact same. I've got the exact same validation off the 5-minute for an entry up high. That 26 flat is a pretty tricky level at the moment. go, find out managing more and more managing trades is a huge part of the process. It is. Sometimes it means you're gonna take your small close a trade out a little bit early, but a lot of the time it saves you. Like it's gonna pump now. Anyway. $2,600 flat. Once again, I've got another valid entry in 5 minutes, but I'm just downing it. That 2,600 level is key. It is very key. It's just create an all-time high again. At this point, you're probably better wait for 30. 15 looks like it's exhausting as well. Yeah, it is what it is. It's starting to move. All good. Gotta take the bad with the good. So everyone's still in gold buys. They want him from earlier. Now it's pumping. Oh well. It is what it is. 30 minutes doesn't want to stop. Nah. That's just a little bit too early to the party. All good. Oh, nice one. There it goes. Yeah, if you're not in it, you just need some weight, really. Need to wait for it to pull back again. Limit order was the way. Everyone, USD CAD. My honest thoughts is selling into support, so unless you're in from a lot higher up. Weekly is good, or is good for continuation, potentially to the downside. Daily, pretty nice closure on the previous, but still has a higher high, lower low. Current daily, traded decent upper wick. I'm back down towards low. There we go, it's at very strong level right now. For support, resistance, marking on 30. Yeah, for me, you probably have to be in from a little bit earlier. Trading into support just now, a lot, you got more support. 30 minutes, bearish as well. Structure wise, it looks like you're on the right side of things. Wow, Jesus. How's that for a tough one? I'm gonna argue it's still bullish. Yeah, I'd say the bias is to the downside, but just the level. I think you're a little bit too late to a sell, to be honest. You're running into some 4-hour support. Orega, really tricky to catch gold towards all-time highs. You don't know when it's going to make the move. Yeah, I mean, all you can do is trade it technically, and technically it's still valid. Under 30 though. You do. Five-minute entry I had was valid. Pull back instantly to take my run out, my narrow stop loss out, and then it was valid yet again, but I didn't trust it the second time around and it's pumped. So yeah, it's all part of it. What can you do? G'day Ben, hope you're well, brother. Welcome. And GJ, wow, it's catching up with the other pound pairs just now. All right, how long? 5 minutes until we open. For me, nothing on GJ right now. Tapped into the resistance, rejected it. There's no sell confirmation. Gold, you don't want to buy. Forget about it right now. You need to wait. Gbpcad still pumping, as is GUs. Main close back bearish, but still looks good for continuation. EJ, for anyone who cares, very similar to GJ. Gonna be difficult buying that at the moment. Probably best to wait, see how it reacts to resistance. So yeah. Silver lagging. Yeah, I'm chill with beer, guys. Not now. I mean, this evening. Not the weather's great for it, but still. Mr. Phil? Yeah, that's all good. All good. No likes just means no giveaway. Been trying all week. All right, just over a minute and a half left until session open. Let's see. GJ is now at a very strong level of resistance. See here on the M30, heavy consolidation here to the left. So just made a nice move. This count has pushed about 60 plus pips. Oh, what am I talking about? 188, 150 plus pips. Wow. That's nuts. It's Phil, you're opening at some EJ buys 158.5, but it just left. Yeah, is it something with the yen at the moment? Maybe the policy statement, maybe there's something more being said from the Bank of Japan at the moment. Let's see, is UJ as well? Is that pumping? Yeah, it must be a yen thing. Alright, so London Open. Well, the issue is it's pushed way too far. It's got the legs, it looks like it could pop up. But there is no stop loss. Stop loss. If anything, you need this count to pull back a little bit more to create a decent little wick, and trust that. It's not clear to the left. Gold, nothing. For me, it's too late. You should have been in already. Gbpcad, still pumping, still moving up. GU end up closing bullish. Yeah, it's a bit of consolidation of 15-minute for close below it, maybe. But I'd rather buy it today because it's in a big uptrend at the moment, so. That's probably your only option now. GJ above the highs. That's literally the only thing. Just off the back of the momentum more than anything. And you have to be in it. Stop loss would be what? Around 24, 25 pips. So it's just using the back of momentum, guys. That strength of that previous candle. Pull back to create a decent low wick. That's what you would be looking at. It's up to you if you've taken or not. And I'm closing. Well, that was a quick one. That's made a quick move, guys. If anyone was in it, got 15 pips on the table, roughly, from above the high. So just off the back of momentum, it's created a decent low wick. That was the only chance to get a stop loss based off that. Otherwise, stop loss is way too wide. Momentum of that previous candle, very strong candle. Obviously, it's over 150 pip push, so you definitely got the volume. Breaking the current weekly candles high at the same time. Anyone in JJ buys? Oh, Reynolds has been taken out. Orego, quick 10 pips. Well, I closed about 14, closed 80%, and let the rest run. It's going to end up in a bit of a profit today, but still, to be honest, I'm not happy about it. Not happy about the first trade. Really hard to train though. Can't get emotional. I just think I had totally forgotten that we had not. That's target. That was original target. So I really need to get involved above it, not below it. I was in a fraction below it and it's a reject the first time, so I was a little bit disappointed by that one. This one was more so at the back of momentum. That's a very strong candle. Decent pullback at the open. That's the only way you could get a stop loss. But once again, you have to act very, very quickly. So well done to anyone else who took it. Rodrigo, well done to you, mate. My entry was 48, I think it was. 648. That was my actual entry, 648. So nice one, Todd. Nice one, mate. Do I keep running, or I'd take partials for sure? It's into a pretty choppy area now. So again, the only reason why I took it is the back of the momentum of that previous candle, that session open. But otherwise, it's not the cleanest to the left. I'd definitely be securing something and trailing this stop loss. I'd probably trail it to, what was the entry? 841. Don't really have any structure to follow. I'd definitely be at break even, and I definitely would have secured probably 80%. I secured 80%, 14 pips, and then came back to the entry. So if I'm to be honest, guys, probably not all that impressed with today, to be honest. I don't, that first trade wasn't a great one. Probably shouldn't have even taken a second one, to be honest. But I'm human. It's all part of trading. Sometimes it's hard not to let some emotion creep in. As much as I pride myself on not doing so and following strict rules, because usually on a Friday, the one trade, that would be it, completely it. So, members, accountability session later. I'll be the first one to hold my hand up to breaking some rules, but it is what it is. It happens. We're human. And at least I'm being honest about it and open about it. I literally closed at the high at 80%. We're very close out. No, 0.5 today. 0.59. Not all good, mate. All good. So apologies, guys. I know a lot of you wouldn't have got that. It was very similar yesterday. You just had to take it then and there. Ian, sorry mate, I just saw that. Mega quick. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, popped up and down pretty quickly as well, so. Yeah, I think it's got to take a lot of effort for it to, needs a lot of volume to pass through this mess to the left. Go, yeah, gold. My word, would have worked. Again, I would have had a valid entry in the 5 minute. Of the 3 valid entries, it's just the first one, the one I took didn't work. The other 3, well, it did work. I just tried to stop. The other two worked without drawdown, and that's the whole purpose of me trading the 5 minute. When I look at the 5 minute, when I have a valid entry on the 5 minute, it's when the market is trending and it's in anticipation that we're breaking into a new, like, well, in this case into all-time highs, but breaking into clean traffic, creating a higher high in the uptrend, and you're getting in anticipation is going to be no drawdown with the momentum at a high time volume. Because mine just popped down very, very quickly. That's what I didn't trust about it. But it's all good. Lost a few viewers from the stream after that. That's fine. I understand. All good. Gold, man, oh man, this thing's just gonna fly. You watch, gold will be at 3k. It will be at 3k. Maybe by year's end, very close to it. And I still think it's got a lot of legs. Gold's just gonna continue up. How's that for an uptrend? Wow. Look at the weekly. Dead. Wow. Very steep rise, isn't it? Wish I had more gold, physical gold. Silver will eventually follow, and when it does follow, it moves with enormous volume. It's just suppressed. It's suppressed because a lot of the major banks around, the central banks around the world will go bankrupt if the price, if they get margin called on it, because they're in long shorts on silver. So all it takes is someone like China or something, or some big country which is already starting to demand physical delivery of silver, and a lot of these big central banks and that are going to go bust. The back of it, as soon as they demand delivery, and if there's no actual inventory of stock of silver, they're going to be caught red-handed. Demand will way out exceed supply, and it eventually just easy 3 figures at some point, in my opinion. Not saying again this year, but that's just my prediction of silver in the future. So I wanted to pull back because I don't have enough personally. I do invest in silver and not the paper shit, physical stuff. It's like it's never coming back. That's what it looks like. It won't. I mean, it will make pullbacks, but I think gone are the days of sub 2,000. I don't think it's going to get below 2,000 again. Not anytime soon. There might be a flash crash or some shit, like a COVID scenario, or something when they try to jab us again because of monkeypox or whatever. It will dump, then it'll pump off the back of that. Joe, so you're saying that ignoring the resistance in GJ was not justified despite the high momentum candle? Just trying to figure out why you were so disappointed. Because I feel like I probably shouldn't take another trade, to be honest. That's just simply because as per my rules on a Friday, it's just one trade. I should have just accepted that I went gold a little bit too early and made the move without me afterwards. But that momentum and the entry was above that resistance. But the truth of the fact of the matter is, it wasn't clean to the left, but that was just massive momentum. And it did create enough of a low wick. I think it popped up a little bit too, and then popped back down to create more significant low wick. So that would be enough just to me that with breaks, it's probably going to have the volume to get to at least 10. Likely would, and that's what it did. So it's a bit of intuition more so than anything. And I spoke to my guys about it using intuition, and some of them have really come really good at it, to be honest. I know exactly why Archer, who using a VIP, and someone I've been personally coaching for a length period of time. He's had some fantastic results of late. I know exactly why he took gold earlier. Intuition, using momentum and volume. Intuition was the main thing, even though I was at that level. So I could see it, but I thought, again, being a Friday, so that's why I was a bit disappointed, because well, could probably just taken it there. Got involved below the resistance. Didn't make sense. And this was similar to that, more intuition, but the entry was just above the resistance. So all good, mate. Thank you for joining. Jesus, this thing is not stopped. Just been straight up all week by the looks of it. Actually, it's had some pullbacks. Alright guys, let's get some likes up and see if we can do a giveaway before the stream end. Let's see if we can do it. Trust me, the VIP is worth it. You'd love it if you got a free VIP. You get sim sessions, you get free session updates basically. We do good 95% of the time. You get updates for all 3 sessions, or at least 2, sometimes, or 2 or 3 pairs. You get access to my journal, you get access to all the video content, all the course content. A shit ton, so it'd be really good. You'd love winning it, trust me. I paid much more in the past for all my education for much less content, a heap less content. Never did we have sim sessions or anything like that. Not once. Carl, cheers for your participation throughout the week, mate. You have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Any questions, guys? Is anyone currently trading? Or are we all waiting again? Now, as far as targets for gold, really all you can do is target the round numbers. Slightly higher targets, you'd be looking at the quarters. I would say 26, 25 and a half, 26.50, and obviously 75, and then 2700 flat. And as far as the shorter term targets, if you're scalping, you're still trying to get involved in positions, I'd be targeting 26.10. If you're looking at buy up on a pullback, 26.12.50, 26.15, so on and so forth. That's what I'd be targeting moving forward on gold. So I got right on 13 on that one. Just over 780, roughly 781. Taking quite a few trades this week on stream. So all in all, it's been a pretty good one. Boy, what you were so. Yeah, it's very discounted at the moment. With everything going on around the world, I think oil will eventually continue to rise. I think it's very cheap at the moment, personally. That's based fundamentally and also technically. If you're looking at the higher time frame, it's at a very strong support on the weekly and daily. Personal opinion, oil swing trade longs, maybe limit orders back at 70.50, stop loss below the 8 roughly. And I'm talking about swing, like a real swing, targeting way around the 88 sort of level. So what will that be? So let's yeah, it's about 3.5 to 1. 88, sorry, on more than that. $5.37 risk reward. That's not bad. But it will not surprise if in the future, the next year or so, you're looking at $100 a barrel. Again, this is based fundamentally as well. That's I'm referring to it, not just technicals. Alrighty guys, who's in trades right now? Let me know. Talk to me. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's the right GJ. Nice one. Yeah, I'd just be trailing it. So now you might have some structure on a 5-minute. Yeah, it's probably a little bit too... I mean, it is aggressive, but if you want, you could trail it to there. You could trail it back below the resistance. Franco, no trades. That's fair enough, mate. To be honest, I kind of wish I didn't take any trades, even though it's ending in a profit for today. Honestly, after that first trade, it was a stinker, a real stinker. And only to see it move again. simple thing. Hadn't factored in. We basically tapped into target but not even cleared it, so is what it is. Got it back, but still on a great first one. And you're watching JJ on the 5. Yeah, I know what you mean, but still, yes, it's valid, but I'm not gonna take it. No chance. No freaking chance. Actually, it's not valid. Oh, actually, hold on. 5, I'm gonna get 15. Not yet, anyway. It's likely going to be, but not just yet. Gold as well, but I'm not chasing that. But that's also similar to BJ right now. Even Gbpcad's the same as well. So you'll have a valid entry 5 minutes. But I'm not, again, I wouldn't be chasing it just now. Made too big a push. All right, 30 is about to close, closing above. Yeah, for me, there's nothing. $191.073. There's something. Oh, okay. You're talking about, yeah, I know what you mean. You're talking about this level, roughly. Yeah, it is clear above it, but I think you need some structure to form. Definitely need some structure to form, so maybe a bit of this. Otherwise, it's just way too late into the move. Alright guys, I'll mark it going then. There's only 20 people on stream, so appreciate you guys for joining. It's been not a bad week. Well, been a good week on stream today. Indifferent, 1 win, 1 loss, 191.80. So it's, you're looking at swing. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Looking good. It's got the momentum at the moment, so just ride it. But yeah, for me, I'd be trailing the stop loss a bit. But man, all good, mate. Yeah, so guys, appreciate you all for joining. Yeah, anyone is interested, all details down below if anyone wants to know more about any of the services. Otherwise, appreciate you guys. Take care. Have a good weekend. Trade safe if you are trading for the rest of the day. And members, might catch you in about a half an hour or so. I'll let you guys know in the chat. And that's about it. Smash like button way out. I'll see you guys Monday. Take care. Cheers. Have a good one. Bye guys.